As the dust settles over the biggest financial turmoil of the 21st century, triggered by bankruptcy of Lehman Brothers, many reputed organizations wiped off their existence, but for a few, it was a blessing in disguise. 5 years hence, in 2013, two banks vie for the title of the world's biggest by market capitalization. One of them is Wells Fargo, an American international banking and financial services holding company headquartered in San Francisco, California, the world's most valuable bank brand. Along with JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Citigroup, Wells Fargo is one of the big four banks of the United States.
In December 2013, LA Times investigation triggered discrepancies in WFC claiming that all the success was based on shaky ground and fraud practices. And the roots are traced back to the man who led Wells Fargo all these years for the glorious journey. Mr. Stumpf, who joined WFC in 1998 after the merger of Norwest and elevated to CEO in June 2007, today, 20th September 2016, Stumpf is being questioned before the court for unlawful business practices by Elizabeth Warren. Warren is rated by Time among the top 100 influential public policy figure and active consumer protection advocate.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Stumpf, Wells Fargo's vision and value statement, which you have frequently cited, says, "We believe in values lived, not phrases memorized. If you want to find out how strong a company's ethics are, don't listen to what its people say, but watch what they do." So let's do that. Since this massive years-long scam has came to light, you have said repeatedly, "I am accountable." But what have you actually done to hold yourself accountable? Have you resigned as a CEO or the chairman of the Wells Fargo?
The board, I serve at the...
Have you resigned?
No, I have not.
Alright. Have you returned even a single nickel of the money which you made during the scam was going on?
Well, first of all, this was by 1% of our people, and...
That's not my question is. I'm asking, have you returned even a single nickel of the money which you made as a CEO and the chairman of the Wells Fargo?
The board will take care of that.
I'll take that as a no then. Another question, have you fired even a single executive in the senior role? And by that, I do not mean any regional manager or the branch manager. I mean any senior executive who are leading your community banking or the banking division of the complying division.
We have made changes in our regional banks.
I just said, I'm not asking about any regional managers or the branch managers. Have you fired any single senior executive who were leading your community division or who were leading your compliance division?
No.
So you haven't resigned as a CEO and the chairman of the Wells Fargo? You haven't returned the money which you made while the scam was going on? You haven't fired even a single senior executive? And then you say you hold yourself accountable. How you hold yourself accountable? By pushing all the blame to your lower level employees? Do you even know how much money you made while this scam was going on?
It's all of my compensation is in public filing.
Well, I know those information are in the public domain from that's where I have pulled it from. While the scam was going on, you personally held a stock of 6.5 million stocks. And the price of the stock grew by more than $30, which sums out to be more than $200 million as a personal gain for you.
We are a great organization, and we need to make sure that we stay ahead of our competitors all the time. We need to do much more than offering banking products. According to industry's average, every customer is having 3 banking products. We need to do much more than that if we want Wall Street to make note of us. I believe every customer of Wells Fargo should have 8 products. So I need all your focus in order to achieve this anyhow.
Sir, I believe 8 products per customer is very difficult target to achieve considering the multiple option customer has with this.
I don't think so you heard me right. I said make sure every customer of Wells Fargo has 8 products of ours. If you don't achieve this, your future growth and career will depend on this.
As you may be aware of, we are here to discuss our next quarter's target. We need to push our customers by cross-selling our products so that every customer of Wells Fargo having 8 products in his kitty. I don't know how we are going to do that. I don't care how we are going to do that. But I know for sure that your future in this organization is dependent on achieving this target or not.
But sir, it's very difficult to sell 8 products to a single customer.
That is what you need to figure out on your own. Adopt any method, adopt any technique, but ensure that you match with the target.
Here is what that really gets me about this thing, Mr. Stam. If one of your teller or one of your employees took a bill of say $20 from your drawer on your office, they will possibly face a criminal charges and even a jail time. But you squeezed your employees to a point where they have to make unethical changes in their working behavior, and you are just forcing them to do that to make money for your gain and shooting up the stock prices of your company. And then you just walk out and say that you are accountable without even giving up your job, still sitting on the same CEO seat of Wells Fargo and still making up the same amount of money from the bonuses what you're making prior to that. That is just not acceptable. You should give back the money you made personally while this scam was going on, and then you should be criminally investigated by both the Department of Justice and the Exchange Commission. This just isn't right. We need to send a strong message to the Wall Street that people like Stum cannot just get away by doing this kind of stuff. That's it from my side.
The scope of this scandal was shocking. According to an analysis conducted by a consulting firm hired by Wells Fargo, it was mentioned that 1.5 million deposit accounts were created by the employees of Wells Fargo that may not have been authorized.
Trump has retired as the CEO and chairman of Wells Fargo. He is replaced by the former Wells Fargo CEO and president, Tim Sloan. Now the company plans to revamp its ethical procedures, including retaining the clean employees and rehiring some of the fired ones.
After eliminating the aggressive sales quotas that were blamed for the fraudulent behavior, Wells Fargo has been struggling hard to attract new business and grow revenue. There were signs that the sham account scandal has scared away the potential customers, as there is a decrease of number of applications by over 40% when we compare it to the last one.
The real question is, how does a bank that's supposed to have robust internal control permits the creation of 1.5 million dummy accounts?